Welcome to RED Red. We're here, Ash.
Hey, what's going on? This is the start of season 5. Can
I
you
know.
believe it?
I can't believe it's been 5 seasons and over 130 episodes.
I know, but this is, I think, going to be one of our favorites today.
Oh, absolutely. We're kicking it off with a star, someone who's a vet in reality TV from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, someone I know and love, and she's just our favorite. Dolores Catania, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's really a great way to start my day. I have to do something after this that I'm not excited about because I don't like to public speak and I have to give a speech and it has to be 10 minutes long.
This episode is brought to you by WAVA Water, the smarter way to hydrate. With WAVA, you get more than just water. It's hydration tailored to your busy lifestyle. Need to focus during the workday or a creative session? WAVA has you covered with curated music playlists designed to enhance your concentration and energy. You guys know I have ADD and I cannot focus at all, but when I drink WAVA water and I listen to their lo-fi beats, suddenly I can focus. It's kind of like I'm cured. Whether you're tackling a big project or just need some clarity, WAVA's hydration and soundscapes help you stay at your best. WAVA is all about fueling your body and mind, so you can take on whatever comes your way. Stay refreshed and motivated with every sip and every beat. Visit wavawater.com to hydrate and find your focus.
But you know what? You're going to rock it.
But Michelle, I could sit here and talk to you.
Yeah.
I could be in front of cameras. I could be sitting next to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live. I've never been nervous one day.
Yeah.
Bravo Con on a stage with so many people, but when I have to get up and speak, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Especially when there's 10 minutes that you have to fill. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah,
Just
no,
make
that's a
them
long
laugh.
time.
Tell them
Yeah.
something funny.
And then do really long pauses in between the sentences.
What am I going to make reference housewife jokes? Like, hey, I'm up here today. We won't be throwing a table. Like, I can't. They'll be looking at me like.
No, they will.
Yeah.
They're going to eat anything you say up. Come on, Dolores. You're Dolores.
No, anyway, so this is a nice diversion for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I have to know, you're on Traitors now. That's exciting.
I'm so excited about it. It's the best experience of my life.
Really?
Now, we all know, yes.
Like, you've done so much.
The best experience of my life.
Amazing.
And when I was there and when it was time to leave, I actually got emotional, which you know, I don't do that.
Yeah.
But it was insane. No phone. When you get there, they take your phone
For how long?
for as long as you're there. I can't give up how long I was
She
there.
would not survive.
I would die.
No, I had no phone. One phone call a week home.
What?
30 minutes supervised.
What is a summer camp?
So you don't leak the show. so you don't leaks. There's somebody sitting next to you the whole time.
Who do you talk to when you're accused of being a traitor all the time? Like, who do you trust?
It breeds like paranoia after a while.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as people leave and things get more eerie and more airy, it's weird. It makes you think about so much stuff, but you get so immersed in the game because you don't know what's going on in the outside world.
Yeah.
So it was funny because I didn't know much about the show before I went on it. And I binged it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, fun fact.
Tell me.
I was working with a stylist who never sent me any clothes. So like 3 days before I left, what was it?
That's a nightmare.
I had to find out where all my clothes went that were charged on my credit card. And I called in every stylist I know to come and help me and pull it together because the outfits, Michelle, you're going to love on this show. Outfits are a big deal.
Yeah.
Chriselle Strauss, you know, from Selling Sunset. She's beautiful. Gabby Windy from The Bachelor. She's an amazing dancer. She would have won Dancing with the Stars if D'Amelio wasn't on, right? So she would came in second.
Yep.
But she's lovely. And they're lesbians and they're so happy. I'm like,
Good.
they've turned lesbians. They hate men.
That's awesome.
They hate men. And they have so much strength.
Yeah.
And women are strong and stick together. We had Nikki Bella
Oh my God.
of the
I
Bella
love her.
sisters.
Wow.
Love her.
Is
She's
she
going through a lot.
amazing?
She's
She
going
is?
through a
Really
lot right
cool.
now. Did you see?
No, what happened?
Divorced, domestic violence.
No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
So when she was there, to think that this girl was with us and going
That
through
is
so much at home,
Yeah.
hurts my heart because I wish that I could have spoke to her. I wish I could have been there more for her. She seemed quiet. She was different. She had a little bit of a different
maybe
demeanor.
because of what she's going through.
Maybe, or just maybe that's her. But I
It's so sad.
So sad, but she's going to be okay now.
Yep.
You know, the hardest thing I think about getting out of a toxic relationship is getting to the end where you say, I've had enough.
Yep.
And then that breaking point is whatever that is. And then after that, as much as things hurt, you're still better.
Right.
There's still an end to it. You don't die 1,000 deaths.
We talked before off camera about my husband. I've been with him for 22 years. And he's been the same. He's consistent. I'm a little crazy. But
he can handle it, though. It's
he
good.
He can handle it. And he's, he wants it for me. There's no jealousy. I think that's important too, Dolores. There can't be a jealous situation in a relationship.
No, I'll hold you back.
It will.
Especially like the position you two are in. I feel like you guys are in the public eye so much that it's like, if your significant other is jealous, like that's going to affect you, your relationship, and your career.
Although I will say Paul is awesome. Paul's awesome. So awesome. He, you can see he puts you on a pedestal. When I met him there, where was it? The VMAs. He was so great. He just loves seeing you shine. And
he really does.
And all the women that come up to you that you inspire every day.
Oh,
he
nice.
was just like enamored. You can tell he's enamored by you, and he loves being with you. And I love that.
It's so sweet.
It's important,
Yeah.
How is dating at your age? You're not 22 anymore. Is it mature? Is it still immature?
It's not the age.
No?
Because if you date a mature person, then...
True.
Because I know my son is 26 years old.
Yeah.
He's probably the most mature person I've ever met. The way he speaks, how he handles things. Yep. He works incessantly. I mean, he's got a beautiful girlfriend now. They live together. I love her. She's Portuguese. We went to Portugal to meet the family.
Stop it.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
Was it beautiful?
Oh, it was
I want to go.
Unreal.
That's so nice you guys all went out and met her
We
family.
all went to meet her grandparents cooked for us. It was
nice.
Beautiful. And she can handle his work ethic. Mm-hmm. That's a huge thing. But I would want to say to a young girl, if the guy's working and you're going to have a nice life.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want a guy that doesn't have a good work ethic. But I have to do it all. I'm
That's
good.
so huge.
Exactly.
But Frankie's very mature. He's breaks things down.
Yep.
He's self-reflective. Because I raised him to be the man I would want.
I was going to say it all circles back to that. It really does.
I love that.
I did. I got divorced when I was pregnant for Frankie.
Yep.
So I've been divorced now 26 years. And growing up, I mean, he wasn't barely big enough to open the door, but he was opening the door for me. Mm-hmm. He would pick up the check. He would talk to people. He would look you in the eye and shake your hand like that and respect women. He's very respectful.
It really does
that.
always circle back to that. I feel like that reminds me of my mom. My parents got divorced when my little brother was 2. And he is so much better just from how my mom raised him. He is such a gentleman. He really is.
Good boy.
He's so respectful, and I'm that all goes to my mom.
It does. It is. I do think the boys with their moms, it's important to teach them respect.
I'm ridiculous, actually. Thank God he has a girlfriend that understands that I like to sniff my son's neck and hug him and kiss him on the lips.
But you're Italian.
Yes, and she's like, I like that.
Yep.
She's smart, this girl. She's like, I like that.
Yep. I really do think the culture plays a role, though. The empathy, the love, the compassion.
Especially as Italians.
Yeah. And everything, the holidays, the food, the way that you're just one together. Your kids are your life.
That's not for everybody.
I know. But for us, it's everything.
It's everything.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So, somebody maybe wouldn't like that.
Yep.
And I understand that. They come from a different background. Why do we have to be at your house on a holiday? I want to go away. Things like that. And so he found when I was getting divorced, I remember somebody said to me, when you're buying a dog or a horse, you look at the breed they come from.
Ooh.
So that is something that, it doesn't matter if they're rich, if they're poor, do they come from the same background?
That's right. And is it the same values? Because I think that's where people fall apart, is the values. And money management, money is a big topic in relationships. No matter how much you have. You could have $100 million, you could have $10. But if you guys aren't on the same page with how you manage the money, it's not about having money. It's how you manage money.
You good at that?
Me and my husband are a good team. I'm a dreamer and a thinker. He's a CFO type. So he's very analytical.
What does he do?
So he owns a couple businesses. One's landscaping, one's commercial cleaning. His commercial cleaning he just sold, and he had 600 employees, but he merged with a larger company. Now he's got 6,000 employees. And the landscaping he sold a month ago. So our lives changed greatly this year. Last year we had a fire. Our house burned down.
No, I didn't know that, Michelle. I'm so sorry.
Know. It was 80% done, right? It was being built next door to my best friend. We bought lots together, 23 acres each. House burns down. We lose $1 million on the house. I'm like, oh, great. So we were, spending all this money on the house, lost the money. Anyway, went through this roller coaster. Then we sold 2 businesses, and now we're in the best position of our life. But it's because my husband's been so good with, here's our budget, and here it is. Again, it doesn't matter if you make $100,000 a year or $20 million a year. It's about how you manage it and, what's your order of importance. And we have an amazing person that helps us manage our budget. But once we did that, like 10 years into our relationship, we haven't fought since. But no one does it. No one does the work. No one does the work to
So you suggest to have a neutral person to help manage money?
I do. And I think it's a person that understands your values. If you're working with a person that doesn't have money and you do, they don't know how to position you to win because they don't have the money you have, right? You have to work with someone that understands money in the way that you have money. And they may not have equal or value, but I think they need to understand what's important to you. Like this outfit might be $500, let's say, and it's important to me because I want to look good. But to a money manager that makes, let's say, $100,000 a year, they're going to be like, why would you need that? Right, but I want it because this is what's important to me. So even if they don't make as much money, it's about having the same ideal as that person.
So it's always, in life, I guess it's always to find the right match.
It's the right match. And I think it's just making sure that like the person that manages your money knows your values and keeps that in line and says, okay, even though I wouldn't manage it like this, they are managing it like that because that's what's important to them. And you and your partner have to be on the same page. Like, look, this is 50% of what's important to me. It's 50% what's important to you. Let's meet in the middle. Like,
all right. It's all compromise. Every relationship is compromise, Yeah.
He cares about cars. I wouldn't buy I wouldn't buy a crazy car if you paid me to. I don't care about that.
I'm just going to crash it.
Right.
I crashed Paul's Rolls Royce on the way to one of the scenes. I was on the phone with my mom. I didn't hook up because it's not my car. So I had it on speaker. And then I just hit the guardrail.
It is what it is.
I was like, fuck. I hit the whole side of the car. I kept driving. And then, but when I got home, I'll tell you something about this guy. He never complains.
See?
Like,
and it's a Rolls.
Oh, wait. Another one I hit. I was going to get my eyes done last year.
Yeah.
Or no, my eyebrow lift.
Well, I was going to say,
Dr. Mark Karolak.
Could you not see?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
No, it was cosmetic. I don't even. Dr. Mark Karolak, my face guy.
Yep.
The best guy on the planet.
I that's awesome.
Nobody's better for faces. He only does faces. One a day. That's it.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to get my eyebrow lift. And he's like, well, move your car. And he had his car parked. We had workers at the house. I backed into his Aston Martin. Cracked.
Oh, no.
I said, you shouldn't have made me move my own fucking car. That's not a girl's job. So I get in the car and he just drove off, calls the auto body guy. He's like, can I bring it in tomorrow?
Yeah.
Quick. That was it.
That's it.
See, I like him for that.
Yeah.
And I think that's
how
different
it has to be.
material stuff. Yeah. It doesn't
Who cares? No one's hurt. We're good.
Right.
The Rolls Royce was hurt.
Yeah, I'm like, please, I don't have a good driving record either, so let's not even start with me.
Yeah, for real. So, Dolores, I want to get into you. I want to know, we talked a little bit about dating, now. And what is it like? Like, you still doing boom, boom here and there? Or what? You're busy, girl. You got a million things going on.
That's embarrassing stuff. I don't talk about that. But, yeah. I mean, listen. Yeah.
It's normal? Or is it hard with work? You got a million things going on, girl.
I do. And sometimes, you have things on your mind, whatever. But listen, I have a lot less things on my mind now.
Yeah.
The show is a little bit, we're on the naughty list.
I know. Are you
in
making
timeout?
Or is it coming back or what?
What's going on?
We don't know. And typically now we'd hear by now something, but could you imagine a life with no Housewives of New Jersey?
No.
Can you even imagine it? Most people can't.
No.
So a lot of the fans are calling for us, like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? We'd even like to know. We haven't been told no. Like Dubai was told they're done.
Mm-hmm.
To recast, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, New York, people are like this about it.
Yeah.
I like all the girls, though, so I don't want to say anything. But, you know, what does NBC do? They don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
They honestly don't know what to do with us.
Hey guys, before today's episode, I want to talk to you about something that Ashley and I care a lot about, mental health.
That's right. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. And Mental Health America of Dutchess County is the perfect place for that help.
Absolutely. Mental Health America of Dutchess County is super empowering and helps so many people with so many problems.
Honestly, it's pretty amazing seeing how mental health actually affects people. I mean, the guests that we've had on the show, we've talked about mental health in almost every episode, and it's a serious topic.
Now's the time to prioritize your mental well-being. If you're suffering from anxiety, depression, or anything mental health related, visit Mental Health America Dutchess County at mhaduchess.org. I can't imagine life without the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and seeing you guys on every week, you know, having your drama is part of America's culture.
Absolutely.
Like, it's like a subculture within a culture.
Yeah.
And, you know, most girls grew up with us. So we have I'm older than you. So you have like young to middle-aged to girls that watch it with their mother.
Right.
Yeah.
Does your mom watch?
My mom watches. My husband got me into it.
Stop it, Michelle.
Oh my God, yeah.
To God,
This guy gets better by the minute.
my husband got me into it. And he, you know, I don't know if everyone calls you Switzerland, but he's always like, Dolores, I don't know how she does it, both sides. And I'm like, I know. How is it playing that role? And it's not a role, it's real. But, you know, making sure you're in good terms with everybody through all the chaos and all the shit. You literally, it's not even placating. It's just like you're cool with everybody, but how do you maintain that status when each side is so hated and there's so much tension?
So hard being in the middle.
So people get mad at me. Off camera, I've had a lot of, like the cast, okay? So my friends, they're like, I need a break or they'll call and yell at me or they'll be aggressive towards me. But I don't see that in the other Housewife franchise, do you?
No, never.
But I'm a good friend. I don't feel guilty about not getting involved with their bullshit because outside of this, if they called me at 3:00 in the morning, I'm there. If their kids need me, I'm there. If they like something I have on, I take it off and give it to them. I am a good friend. I don't let people badmouth them. I don't let people outside talk about them. If they want to fight within our cast, that's what we all signed up for.
That's right.
But I'm not going to let anybody come for them that I don't know. I have on the side said, when I've heard somebody's like a blog or a podcaster maybe that I know, and they're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm like, do me a favor, don't. Can you? And I won't call that person and say, I just saved your ass. I will never do that. Because, of course, something was told to me. I don't repeat it, but I'm like.
But how do you do it? You know, where does the loyalty lie, right? And I think that's what people get upset about. It's like, where does the loyalty lie? I feel the same way. Personally, I might not like that.
I was just going to say,
I'm friends with
that was
everybody.
very similar.
And I've lost friends because of that.
Then bye.
I know. It's just hard because like you build these relationships and then.
I'm okay. Anybody that doesn't want to be my friend, I'm really okay.
Yeah, because you are a great friend. Like you said, shirt off your back, literally.
I'm good. If you want to be that way, if you want to be mad at me, I'm still a better friend than the person that's taking a side against the other person you're fighting with. That person that's yesing you to death maybe isn't going to be a better friend than me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot harder to be the friend that I am. And I'm not somebody's friend when it's easy to be their friend either.
No, and it'd be better to step away and know that you were a good friend rather than...
I can sleep at night.
Right, exactly.
I think it's the best way to be. And it's interesting in the spotlight that you could still be that way with all that tension. What has the journey been like? What's like one thing that you remember that was like, wow, that was an iconic moment?
Well, my first sign of people seeing Patterson Dolores, of course, was welcome back, scumbag. You know, or like, no, that wasn't the first one. I said I've had enough of it all, and I broke my Rolex when I slammed it down on the thing. My Rolex went flying. But if that's in you, it's in you.
Exactly.
Not everybody has that core anger. The way I grew up, where I grew up, you know, fighting my way to school and back home. You know, if somebody wants to pick a fight with you for no reason. I remember getting body slammed by this girl named Sharon. Like, that might, and
Where's Sharon now?
Sharon.
Yeah,
Sharon.
I don't know. But
Did Sharon become a Karen? That's all.
Ooh, good.
No, I don't think she's a Karen. She was but I mean, yeah. But when you have that and you do, but I don't want to be that. I'm not a bully by any means.
Right.
Just don't push that button.
Yeah, listen, everyone can get pushed to that level, especially when all the lights are on and you've gotten to a point where you had enough. Like
especially people are picking on you and they're making comments. I want to know, like throughout the whole show, like involved or not, what was the most memorable argument you remember from the show?
Well, it was probably the most recent one with Margaret.
Okay.
That people are like, no matter what we've seen in you, we've never seen you that mad.
You were upset.
Yeah.
That was like culminating and that was like coming. That was like building up because I saw what was going on with the show.
Yeah.
I saw what was happening. I knew we were going to wind up like this.
Yep.
And I was trying to get everybody to just stop, and it was getting worse by the minute.
It's getting worse. Is anyone communicating at this point?
I'm speaking to everybody. Like the other day, we just did a podcast with Kim D, Jen, and Teresa.
Yep.
The people that weren't talking still aren't talking.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and I really hope the show gets back. I'm praying for it. I know we all are. I know America is, and we need this show. I mean, come on.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a staple with TV. Like you think reality TV, you think of the Housewives.
Well, they say we're the most relatable.
Absolutely.
Right?
And it's the Italian culture.
I was just going to say that. Like, it's just more entertaining.
For our culture, there isn't much. Like, this is it. This is the epicenter of it. It's the family. It's the holidays. It's these bougie, lavish
It's
parties.
also the in-laws fighting. It's the
Yeah.
sister-in-laws not getting along.
Yeah.
It's watching, family members pass away. We watch your kids grow up on this show. We watch Teresa's kids from babies to now. I mean,
I can't imagine it just being gone.
No, and I just can't imagine, not having the Jersey Housewives. That's a really good way to put it. It has to come back. What do we have to do to convince the producers?
Link in bio, guys.
Do a petition, I
Yeah,
guess.
we got to do a petition. Let's do it. How many names do we
guys,
need?
link in
just
our
kinda
bio.
sitting
What,
around.
20,000? Yeah.
But they said, I think one of the girls said, I forget who it was I was talking to, said January. Maybe we hear something.
Okay.
And that's hear something.
Yeah.
But, or it'll just be like, we're not killing the show, but we're not doing it next year either.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could happen.
That could happen. It's funny, since the Red Party, we've done a lot, at that event. I've heard everyone DM me and ask me, oh my gosh, is the show coming on? This show? I'm like, listen, I don't know anything.
What, my show? They're
Yeah. Everyone keeps asking because they know that,
To be honest, I don't want to see anybody go. It's an ensemble cast.
it is.
I mean, I feel like even though you guys fight, like at the end of the day, it has to be some sort of a family. I mean, you're together every single day on camera.
No, it's not.
No? No. Not at all? Not even with any of them?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Is it
really
miserable behind the scenes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, geez.
What's the tension like? Like, what's the vibe?
Oh,
Like, if you could explain it.
if I can explain it, is like it's uneasy. See, I'm not one to talk about a scene when it's done.
Yeah.
Like certain housewives will call you and be like, what was said? What happened in that scene? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Because when I'm done filming, I don't remember. I will not remember most of this conversation. If you quizzed me when I left.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember. So it's a lot like, those housewives that call, like, but my cast isn't really like that. The people that hang out.
Yeah.
There is true friendships.
It's work.
And the people that don't hang out just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really mingles if they don't like each other. They're not phonies on my show. I'll tell you that right now.
So
That's awesome.
nothing scripted. Like, this is real.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Is there a dynamic now? You know when to turn things on and off? Like, you guys know how to bring it to TV now that you've analyzed all these years and stuff like that?
No, we just do. It just, life unfolds.
Yeah.
And a situation gets built up. Like if you say something, here you go. If you and I, you and I are out to lunch and I say something to you,
Yeah.
you have to go back and tell the other person what I said. I wouldn't do that in real life.
Right.
To be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point. Yeah.
That is a good, that's tough. You can never have any private conversation.
No, that's true. You say something and you don't know where it's going
would
after
die.
that.
And you better be careful what you say to another housewife, best friend or not, off camera. We can watch all the shows and you will know that there is that one girl who's like, I need to say something. I haven't said anything really.
Yeah.
No pivotal statements lately. and they'll bring up something that you trusted to tell them about another housewife or about your life.
That's hard.
That's really hard. And then to see all those things come out, oh my God.
And they'll come out. Or if you get in a fight with that person, I mean, look at these housewives are like,
I know.
They're brutal.
And some of them want the attention too. And
That's
they're
what
like,
I'm
whatever,
saying.
I'll take it all.
So if
I'll
I
ruin my
told you
family.
something when we were friends and we get in a fight,
Anything
that
is fair
person
game,
is,
yeah.
and I wouldn't, even if I get in a fight with you, something you told me in a vulnerable moment or as a friend, I'm not going to repeat ever, no matter what you do to me.
Your morals, yeah.
I'll hate your fucking guts.
Yep.
Right.
I will wish death on you.
Yep.
I will maybe screw you down the road somehow or another, but I'm not going to repeat something you told me in confidence ever, ever, ever.
That's amazing.
That really does like show who you are, though, especially being in reality TV. Like I can imagine you're so tempted to do things like that all the time.
But you know what? That's why
if the
you are who you
producers
are.
find out you know something that you didn't say,
I'm sure.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Really? So how do you keep it?
Kiss of death.
How do you go
keep
about
it?
that? Yeah.
You don't tell a producer, oh, this person told me this
Yeah.
one time. You really need to know, and as a new housewife coming in, you really need to know, unless you ever want to face something, or don't repeat it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially producers, you think you're close with them, but at the end of the day, it's their job to
Exactly.
get the
It is their
dirt.
job. So you
Yeah.
have to remember, you get very close with them. You have to remember who you're talking
Absolutely.
to. And anybody that
That's
forgets is
tough.
full of fucking shit.
Yeah, that's tough.
If you're a seasoned housewife and you happen to just tell
Slip
the
up. Yeah.
producer something you heard on the street,
You did that on purpose.
oh, I know you won't repeat it.
Yeah.
Oh, the producer's going right back and writing that in their notes.
Exactly. They just want the attention.
Oh my gosh, I
What
feel like
about
I'd
the
live
new
on edge.
housewife? Poor Danielle, got in this fight, right? What the heck?
That's that was coming. Did you see me? I knew that
I
was.
know.
I'm like,
You did.
here. I'm like waving her
Yeah.
boyfriend to her husband. I'm like, Paul,
Yeah.
because I've been around enough fights to know when it's gonna really pop off. I
Yeah.
just
Oh
do.
my
I mean,
gosh.
I hate to be corny, but
It's true.
Yeah.
I know when something's escalating.
Yep.
I've worked in a jail. I grew up
my
around
gosh.
people that fight.
Really?
What
Yeah.
did you do in jail?
I was a sheriff's officer. You didn't know that?
What?
Oh my gosh, wait. We need to hear about life before the Housewives
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, like
There were no feathers there.
no. Polyester.
Probably. I'm sure you made it look good though, girl.
I never got rid of that uniform.
Same
You gotta
still
bring
have
it back.
today.
Because that's a reminder that if I ever had to go back, well, I'm too old to be a cop now. But no matter what happens in life, I knew I would always, I'm not afraid to work. If I have to work, I was a single mother forever. Sometimes I was in a great place. Sometimes I wasn't.
Yep.
But I'm not too good to do any job. Like somebody called me the other day and they're like, oh, I'm in such a bad spot. I want to kill myself. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, are you walking dogs?
Yeah.
Are you doing DoorDash? I don't want to do that. Then you ain't that fucking hard up.
That's right.
All right? Don't fucking call me like this. Because I'll help you, but I'm not helping you unless you have done every single thing to help yourself.
Right, you have to help yourself.
And you're
no
not
one's gonna
better
save
than
you.
doing something that you don't want to do. Things are not that bad. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people come to you for favors all the time and you're like, I did this because I worked. Like you don't know what this takes and all the hours, right? I mean, what do you like looking back on being a cop and being in a prison to doing this? Like what? Like how do you feel about the journey as a whole?
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I never thought about it.
Is this what you always wanted? Was this your
No,
dream? Or it just
no.
happened?
It just happened. Back when this all started and we were all friends going out on a Thursday night to try to dress up like Sex in the City and go like try to drink apple martinis. We didn't even drink.
Yeah.
Like the group of us. And when the producers came to the hair salon that we would get our hair done at and say, did you know a group of women? And I remember we started to like interview with them. And I remember saying to Caroline Manzo, what are we doing? What is this? She goes, it's for a reality show. I go, what even is? I don't even
miss
know.
her.
I know. And I said, well, what makes you think they'd pick us? She goes, because we're New Jersey. And it was
right.
during the time of The Sopranos. So as Italian girls from Patterson, we didn't know the rest of the world wasn't like us.
Right.
What we acted like, the way we spoke, the way we fought, the way we ate. Nobody thought
Did
that
that.
flipping a table at dinner, what the hell is that? No big deal.
Yeah.
So, but then like people were intrigued with the Italian culture and everything. I remember my daughter made my ex-husband drive across country to save these 2 dogs. They wound up in Arkansas.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, you got New Jersey plates? We don't want any money. Like he stopped at a gas station. We're like, we're okay. So it's funny to think that the rest of the world isn't like this.
Yeah.
But now we know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And now I've traveled the country and I've traveled the world.
Yep.
So now I know it's very different.
That's amazing. I just want to end it with saying thank you so much for coming, for being a staple in America, for our Italian culture.
We love you.
The ups, the downs, we love it all. And we couldn't have reality TV without the Jersey Housewives. So let's bring them back.
Crossed. We really would love to
bring them back. We'll see you on Traitors. So much more to come. I wish we could talk all day.
I'll come back for Traitors.
Deal.
January 8th, I think I air.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that. But your homework is you have to catch up.
I will.
You have
I'm
to
gonna
watch
catch up.
last season. So it's like 10 episodes. So hurry
This
up.
episode
I'll
comes out
binge.
the day before.
I'll binge this
perfect.
weekend, and then we'll have you back.
Perfect. Okay.
Love you,
Awesome.
Dolores.
Love
You're
you.
the
Thank you
best.
so much for coming
You're
on.
the best. And one more. Where can people find you online? Just tell us, where can they get updates?
Oh, Dolores Catania, my Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
So make sure you check it out, Dolores, right here on Red. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.